Kindergarten Dolphins. We're going to begin today with some calendar. So I've got my calendar up here and we're ready to talk about today's date. So yesterday we said it was the 8th day of the month. So now we need to think about what number is one more than 8. Well, we have 8 and we count up 1, 8, 9. Today is the, upside down, 9th of the month. It is the 9th day of the month, so I'm going to add that to our calendar. Now let's sing our months of the year song to help us remember what our month is called. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. So now we know that we finished January and February, so we are on to March. We're in the month of March. And remember, March is spelt with the letter M-A-R-C-H. And that C-H blend says ch, ch, ch. That one, like cheek, is at the end of March. Now we know it's the 9th day of March, and we are in the year 2021. Very good. So to write our date, we can begin with the word March. M-A-R-C-H. And then we can add in that it is the 9th. And then write the year 2021. We can also use our numbers to write the date. We can use a 3 because it's the 3rd month, a 9 because it's the 9th day of the month, and a 21 because the year is 2021. So those are the ways we can write our date today. Let's keep working and talk about our days of the week. We're going to begin with our days of the week song. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the days of the week. And I'm making 7. We got 5 weekdays, 2 weekend days. Now we know yesterday was our first day of the week, so it was Monday. Yesterday was Monday. Woo. Now if yesterday was Monday, that means that today is Tuesday. So you can add that to your calendar mat. Go ahead and circle Tuesday. Begins with letter T. Now if today's Tuesday, that means tomorrow will be Wednesday. Wednesday with letter W there. Great job, everyone. Now let's talk about our weather. We are still in the season of winter, so we're not in spring yet. It's coming up. So let's see what our winter weather is today. We'll begin with our weather song. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? Tell me, kinder, what's the weather? What's the weather like today? Well, we're going to begin with how it looks outside, and today it's looking, I would say partly sunny. It's not super sunny. I see some clouds, so I think I'm going to kind of choose sunny and cloudy here. Going to be right in the middle. Now, it feels pretty warm today. It's not too cold, but it's not too hot. It's warm. All right, now that we've finished with our calendar, we're going to move on to talking about Lent and about our journals for the week. So we are still in the season of Lent. We are coming up the end of this month to our Holy Week and Easter. So we'll start talking about Holy Week this week or next week, but we are still in the season of Lent right now. So let's kind of remind ourselves what we should be focusing on, and we'll do that with our Lent song. So we will begin in 1, 2, 3. Prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. We are meant to repent. 40 days in all, kindness big and small. This is Lent. This is Lent. So last week we talked a little bit about focusing on some prayers. The week before we kind of talked about doing acts of kindness. So for this week, think about what it is that you want to focus on for Lent. Maybe it's really staying true to the thing that you said that you were going to give up or stay away from so that you could be closer to God. Maybe it's staying true to the thing that you said you would do more of to get closer to God. But think about what you can do this week to keep working on that Lenten promise. Now for our journals this week, we met a new super kid named Hot Rod. So this week we're going to talk about things that go. Things that go. So Hot Rod really likes to think about fast cars. There are a lot of different things that can go really fast. So we're going to talk about planes, we're going to talk about trains, and we're going to talk about cars this week, all right? We might hear some made-up stories, we might hear some informational texts, but we're going to hear stories about things that go and then use that for our journal entries. So let's hear our first story today. All right, today's first story is going to be called Hot Rods. Now, it's not going to be about our super kid Hot Rod. It's going to be about what hot rod cars are and how they came to be. So let's listen to the story, and then I'm going to ask you how you would design your own hot rod.
Okay, our story today is called Hot Rods. We're going to hear all about hot rods. A rolling work of art, an engine revs loudly. People turn to look. A sleek hot rod rolls into view. Its engine and exhaust pipes are shined to perfection. Even the hood ornament matches the car's style. People love the car's paint job. Bright flames race along the sides. Nearby, other hot rods show off their designs. Hot rods are like rolling works of art. So all the cool paint jobs. What are hot rods? Hot rods are old cars that are rebuilt to look cool or go fast. These awesome cars are for people who love to tinker. They show off their owner's style and mechanical skills. So that word tinker means people who like to kind of take things apart and put them back together. At car shows, people can see a hot rod's polished look up close. Some hot rodders take their cars to the streets and show off their engine work in races. So some people will show off their cars in car shows where others can look at them, and some people like to race their cars and show how fast the engine is. The history of hot rods. In the 1920s and 1930s, people with little money still wanted fast, stylish cars. Model T and Model A Fords were common and cheap. Parts were easy to find, so people would fix these up to make cooler cars. So they would take apart an older car and then put newer parts into it to make it fast or to make it look cooler. So this is an example of that. Hot rod parts. Today, hot rodders love to show off their car's souped-up engines. Pipes and hoses are kept perfectly clean. Some engine parts are plated with chrome for extra shine. Many paint the engine too. So we see this with Hot Rod's car, the Fast Cat. He liked to paint his car kind of red and put a cool design on it. That's pretty awesome. A great paint job makes a hot rod look unique. Bright colors and flames are popular. Chopping makes the hot rod look sleek and smooth. Early hot rodders did this to make the car faster. And then it shows the different parts of the hot rod. You've got the hood ornament, that's a little figurine on the front, the grill, the shiny pipes, the polished engine, and a flashy paint job, all to show off the different parts of the car. Hot rod competitions. At car shows, hot rods win awards for style and creativity. In other contests, winding courses test a hot rod's suspension and handling. Drag races test the car's speed. Hot rods are the coolest cars on the street. So there's lots of ways that people will show off their hot rods. And that is the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed learning about hot rods.
Okay, now that we've heard the story, I want you to think about how would you design your own hot rod. We heard about different hot rod designs, how they have fancy paint, how they have new engines that can make them go really fast. If you could tinker, remember that word where people like to kind of rebuild things, kind of like Doc and like Hot Rod where he wants to build his own car. What would you make your hot rod look like if you were going to design your own? So our sentence today says, my hot rod, now notice it's not capitalized because we're just talking about the style of car. We're not talking about like our super kid hot rod. Would look like, so these words, this is would, and then look like. Here are some good memory words that you can work on. What would it look like? maybe you would say that it would look like a certain design, like it would look really colorful. You don't have to use the word like, you can just say would look, and you can use different words like colorful. Maybe you would want it to look like a certain pattern. Maybe you would want it to look like an animal. Maybe you want to say that your hot rod would be really fast. Maybe it would be camouflaged. There are lots of different ways. I want you to use your imagination and then draw me a picture of that design. And you can use some different labels too. A lot of the designs that we saw had the little figurines on the front. I remember our friend Hot Rod has a cat on his, and he named his car the Fast Cat. So maybe you want to give your hot rod a name and kind of tie that into your design. So think about it, use your imagination here, be as creative as you want, and I can't wait to see how they come out. All right, friends, stay tuned for some awards. Our first award today is the Smarty Ant Award, and today our Smarty Ant Award is going to Oliver. Oliver, you made the most stories last week on Smarty Ants and built the most words and spent the most time on Smarty Ants. That is amazing, buddy. That is 3 awesome things. So congratulations, Oliver. This one's for you. Woohoo! Next award is the Redbird Award, and today it is going to our friend Sandsters. Sandy, I saw that you spent a really great amount of time on Redbird in the last couple days, and you're doing some comparing of numbers and building numbers up to 5. That is amazing. Keep up the great work, Missy. This one's for you. Last award today is the Dreambox Award, and it is going to Miss Mia. Mia already completed 8 lessons on Dreambox this week. That is so awesome. And I saw that she's working on using a 10 frame to do some subtraction. That is super awesome, Mia. Keep up the great work. This one's for you. Now, we do have our raffle. This is for people who were on all of their platforms last week, every single day. So if you went and did all your platforms last week, every day, your name is in here. And we're going to see who's going to be our C-Star of the week next week. So I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to reach in. And our C-Star of the week is Daniel. Daniel, congratulations, buddy. You've been doing awesome work on your platforms. That's why you're in the raffle. And next week, your classmates will get to hear all about you as our C-Star. All right, keep up the great work, everyone. We will have a different raffle every week to pick our new C-Star, so don't worry if you haven't been C-Star yet. We've got plenty of time. Okay, friends, I'll check in with you all later. Congratulations to all our winners.